Folks, don't ever think that just because a player is only 15 years old, the world's most dangerous fast bowlers can back him down with their bouncers. If you have this misconception in your head that it takes years and years of experience to smash a century on the big stage of cricket, then the history created today is going to shatter that mindset of yours forever. Folks, in the most terrifying, goosebump-inducing, and blockbuster showdown of the Tri-Nation A Series, we witnessed an absolute slaughter out there today that has completely blown everyone's minds. The final match of the Tri-Nation A Series was played between Sri Lanka and India A at the Rangiri Dambulla International Stadium. In this match, 15-year-old Vaibhav Suryavanshi unleashed such pure devastation by smashing 94 runs off just 29 balls that he completely turned all cricketing records into dust. But the echoes of this terrifying destruction weren't just heard in India. They resonated incredibly loud across Sri Lanka, too. Sri Lanka's greatest legends, Mahela Jayawardene, Kumar Sangakkara, Sanath Jayasuriya, and Tilakaratne Dilshan were left completely stunned and speechless watching Vaibhav's fiery innings. In today's video, we're going to tell you about the heartwarming statements these Sri Lankan legends made after witnessing this 15-year-old wonder boy's destruction and how Vaibhav completely won over the entire world. Folks, to really understand this whole story, you have to feel the immense pressure that was riding on this 15-year-old kid's shoulders today. Folks, today in the final showdown of the Tri-Nation A Series, Vaibhav Suryavanshi unleashed such a massive storm that it straight up terrified the Sri Lankan bowlers. Yeah, guys, in today's final match, Sri Lanka A captain Sahan Arakachi won the toss and decided to bowl first. But man, that decision backfired completely. Opening the innings, Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Priyansh Arya made it crystal clear right from the get-go that they were in no mood to show mercy to any bowler. Taking the first over for Sri Lanka A was Mohammad Shiraz. Priyansh faced the first ball, took a single, and put Vaibhav on strike. What happened next left the entire Dambulla Stadium in absolute shock. Vaibhav smashed a boundary on the second ball. On the third ball, he danced down the track with some beautiful footwork and hit another boundary on the fifth ball. Right from the first over, it was obvious this kid walked onto the field with some massive records in mind. In the second over, Captain Sahan Arakachi decided to bowl himself, but Vaibhav welcomed him with a boundary too. The next ball was a spectacular pole shot, followed by a massive, towering hit right over mid-wicket. You could see the panic written all over the Sri Lankan captain's face. In the third over, Mohammad Shiraz came back to bowl. This time, Vaibhav smashed a boundary on the very first ball, and on the third ball, he unleashed a massive hit that got the whole stadium up and cheering. On the flip side, Priyansh Arya was playing some great cricket too, but Vaibhav Suryavanshi was completely stealing the show. Then came Kugadas Matulan to bowl, a guy Vaibhav had struggled against in the last match. But today, the narrative completely flipped. Vaibhav blasted back-to-back boundaries in his over, one with a gorgeous cover drive and the other right over point. It literally looked like he was out there to settle scores with every single bowler. And then arrived that historic moment that shook the cricketing world. Suryavanshi smashed his fifth big hit of the innings to lock in his 50 in just 11 balls. The entire Dambulla Stadium erupted in thunderous applause. Up in the Indian dressing room, Captain Tilak Varma and Ruturaj Gaikwad stood up from their seats clapping away. With this innings, Vaibhav shattered Yuvraj Singh's record for the fastest 50 in 12 balls, a record that stood for almost 20 years. Not just that, he officially became the batsman to score the fastest half-century in the history of List A cricket. Before this, no batsman in the world had ever scored a 50 in just 11 balls. He also claimed the record for the fastest 50 for India A and pulled off another massive milestone by becoming the batsman to complete a half-century with the help of 5 big hits. Even the commentators were completely stunned, wondering what planet this 15-year-old batsman had come from. But folks, this Suryavanshi storm didn't stop there. After crossing his 50, he became even more dangerous. Facing Dulaj Samudita, he hit a boundary first, and then another ball went flying, sometimes over long on, sometimes straight into the mid-wicket stance. The Sri Lankan bowlers were basically reduced to ball boys, just fetching the ball back. On the other end, Priyansh Arya was playing it smart, continuously rotating the strike to keep Vaibhav on. The partnership between the two was skyrocketing. After just 6.2 overs, India A's score had reached a massive 99 runs, with Vaibhav single-handedly crushing 70 of them. He pulled off this insane feat in just 21 balls, racking up 9 boundaries and 5 towering hits, with a strike rate of over 333. The commentators kept repeating that they had rarely seen such aggressive batting in their entire career. After that, Vaibhav kept up the onslaught against Vanuja Sahan's bowling. Smashing a boundary and another big one in an over, he cruised past the 80-run mark. Now the whole stadium was just waiting for his century. The crowd was jumping out of their seats with every single ball. The players in the Indian dressing room were all smiles. It felt like this century was just a formality at this point, but cricket can be incredibly brutal sometimes. It was the 5th ball of the 9th over with Captain Sahan Arakachi bowling. Vaibhav tried to go for another big shot. The ball caught the top edge of the bat and went high up into the sky. Vijayakanth Vyaskanth got underneath it and took a comfortable catch. For a second, the entire Dambula Stadium went dead silent. Vaibhav Suryavanshi got out after scoring a blistering 94 runs off just 29 balls. His explosive innings included 10 boundaries and 8 massive hits, finishing with a strike rate of 324.14. He missed his century by just 6 runs, but this innings was honestly nothing short of 100. As he walked back to the pavilion, the entire stadium gave him a standing ovation. Only one name was echoing everywhere: Vaibhav, Vaibhav, Vaibhav. Sure, he missed the century today, but with this historic performance, he proved that Indian cricket has officially found its next mega superstar. This innings by the 15-year-old Vaibhav Suryavanshi is now being counted among the most explosive innings in cricketing history. Today on the Dambula field, it wasn't just a batsman scoring runs. He unleashed a storm of records that cricket fans will remember for years to come. Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Priyansh Arya gave India A an explosive start. Vaibhav got out for 94 runs off 29 balls, while Priyansh made 39 runs. After that, Rituraj Gaikwad scored 40 runs off 51 balls, but couldn't convert it into a massive score. Captain Tilak Varma played a responsible knock of 67 runs off 90 balls, while Kumar Kusagra added 36 runs. India A has put up a massive 377 runs for the loss of 9 in 50 overs. Folks, now let's talk about the absolute biggest blast that has left all of Sri Lanka completely stunned. When a 15-year-old batsman smashes a half-century in just 11 balls and guns down 94 runs off 29 balls in a high-stakes match like the final of the Tri-Nation A Series, even the absolute biggest legends of the cricketing world can't help but sing his praises. This explosive innings by Vaibhav Suryavanshi has turned even Sri Lanka's greatest players into his biggest fans. Legends like Mahila Jayawardene, Sanath Jayasuriya, Kumar Sangakkara, and Tilakaratne Dilshan have made statements about Vaibhav that will make every single Indian cricket fan feel incredibly proud. Let's break it down one by one and show you what these legends had to say. Folks, first, let's talk about Sri Lanka's legendary batsman Mahila Jayawardene. Mahila Jayawardene said after the match, "I've seen great batsmen like Sachin Tendulkar, Kumar Sangakkara, Ricky Ponting, and Virat Kohli play throughout my career, but I have rarely seen such fearless batting at the age of 15. Vaibhav Suryavanshi gave our bowlers absolutely no chance today. The way he smashed a 50 in just 11 balls is nothing short of a dream. Mahila further added, "What shocked me the most was his mindset. It was a final match, the pressure was right there, but there was not a single trace of fear on his face. He was taking down every single bowler. I think the Sri Lankan bowlers are going to think twice before messing with Vaibhav soon now, because this kid has given an answer with his bat that will be remembered for years to come." Mahila smiled and said, "Today he fell just 6 runs short of his century, but this 94 runs innings was nothing short of a double century to me. I am fully confident that in the coming times, this kid will be counted among the biggest batsmen in the world." Now let's talk about Sri Lankan cricket's ultimate explosive batsman, Sanath Jayasuriya. Jayasuriya said, "Back when I used to bat, people said I showed no mercy to bowlers, but watching Vaibhav Suryavanshi today completely reminded me of my old days. This kid is absolutely fearless. His shots have power, they have timing, and most importantly, he has no fear inside him." Jayasuriya further added, "A 50 in 11 balls. Honestly, I can barely believe this record. This is a record that was considered almost impossible to break, but Vaibhav pulled it off. He didn't just break Yuvraj Singh's record, he gave the world of cricket a brand new superstar." Jayasuriya laughed and said, "I think trouble is coming for the world's bowlers now. If this kid keeps